So this 79-inch Edge 540 has been in my shed since 2005. It had a DA50 originally, which was far too big for it and didn't run well because it was one of the early versions, and it went back to Germany and they put in another carburettor and made other engine mods, and when it came back I ended up putting it in a completely different model. So this has been sat in a shed with no engine for years. I bought a DLE 30 some years back. Never really got around to doing anything with it because of the undercarriage being broken and a couple of other slight problems with it. It was too heavy, it had too many batteries and so on and so on. So I've just resurrected it, got the DLE 30 going nicely. It's a heck of a lot lighter. Got rid of the 35 meg radio and put a 2.4 modern receiver in there. Got rid of all the multiple battery packs and just got one LIFE pack, which I made up, and an optical ignition cut module as well. Seems to run quite nice in the garden. This was Saturday the 22nd of May. So we've had our 2 weeks of summer last month. I'm just hoping that at some point there's the optical ignition indicator, which, there we go, works perfectly. It took me about 2 days to set it all up on the Tyrannus, actually.
Idle up, low rate.
So I also just bought a rev counter, which plugs tacho, which plugs into one of the outputs on the ignition modules nowadays. So I'll just fire it up again, and unfortunately I didn't have anything to hold the camera with, so it'll go on the floor in a second. And I can actually see what RPM. It's a 19 by 8 prop I put on this one. The thrust seems good, and the whole thing feels really nice and light compared with what it did before. That's high idle, about 2,500. So that's 7,480 RPM. And then low idle, it seems, even though it's a pretty new engine, it seems to idle at about 1,600 RPM. And seems to make a steady 7,450 static thrust RPM. There we go. We'll see whether or not it flies if summer ever comes back to us and the strip ever dries out. I don't care about it anymore, to be honest. It's so old. Either it'll fly great, or I'll strip all the stuff out of it and put it into something else.